Freedom Isn't Free by Heather Vroman. My idea of freedom has greatly evolved over the course of this program, but I do still maintain one focus of the main aspects of freedom, that freedom isn't free. When I originally was asked to reflect on the concept of freedom, the first thoughts that came to my mind were that of our military. The military truly keep our country free, and they have throughout the formation of this country. I also thought of the basic rights of freedom out of the bonds of slavery. From 1619, when Portuguese sailors brought the first African American workers to Jamestown in order to provide free labor, slavery was a long-fought battle to get rid of. The main evolution of my journey through the concept of freedom really took place on our trip to New York. I realized that there is more to freedom and much greater depth to freedom than just the actual physical bonds of slavery. When I went to the 9/11 Memorial and saw the survivor tree, this was a true symbol to me that our country is resilient and that Americans truly have been survivors throughout the year. I also went to Rockefeller Plaza. This was an amazing place to see and explore. This was in an upscale area of New York, and to me it represented a place of progress and cultural diversity. I realized that freedom is also the ability to express oneself artistically, musically, and also through written expression. This location in New York City also showed, a building by one of America's most wealthiest men, the Rockefellers. So it also made me think that freedom comes with great responsibility. Throughout the years, many Americans have traveled to the United States to escape persecution and unfair treatment. Often the first thing that these individuals would see would be the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty has often been a symbol of peace, and all of the symbols on the Statue of Liberty represent peace as well, such as the 7 points on her crown representing 7 continents of universal liberty. Also, visiting the Tenement Museum really made me see the American dream and how the American dream represented the sacrifice and hard work needed to achieve it, and how each person has their own representation of the American dream. And finally, equality for all people also represents freedom. It took until 1920 for women to gain the right to vote. And also, this is a country that's proclaimed unalienable rights, and it wasn't always that we had these rights. And of course, this great sacrifice during September 11th, I saw the Freedom Tower in New York. This was built to commemorate the tragic events of September 11th. Nothing can be taken for granted in this country, so I have a quote by Ronald Reagan. "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same, or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children that our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free."